So now we talk about something which is very important, which is an integral part of technical analysis. Very, very important. Huh. Hmm? Absolutely. Okay, so he's asking that. Yes, absolutely. He's saying that today we talk about Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, we talk about many, many big names. Mr. Damani. Okay, so many big names in the stock market. Vijay Kedia, you might have heard about. So they are big names today, but somewhere they also might have started with 1,000 rupees also, no? So I should be proudly in a position to tell that, he attended my class with only 1,000 rupees of investment. He has reached whatever X number of investment targets, right? So he's asking that all these big names, what do you think? They were fundamental analysts or technical analysts? Or were they a combination of both? So I personally feel they're a combination of both. So I'll tell you, once you start becoming big, you can always hire people. Like I can hire a fundamental analyst, I can hire a technical analyst. Both give me information. I take my final analysis and I take a trade. But there are few people who believe only on technical analysis also. The hardcore technical analysts, if you watch CNBC, you might have heard names like Sudarshan Sukhani. He's a pure technical analyst. So he says, I don't care who is the managing director. I don't care what is the profit. I don't care what is the balance sheet position. I know that the chart is showing something like this, that the price is going to rise. So you can go ahead with either or of the disciplines also. One small problem of fundamental analysis is that it will not give you short-term calls very convincingly. Fundamental analysis is more for a long-term perspective. Technical may you can go for short-term and long-term both. Yes, absolutely. So he's saying one more question is that fundamental analysis, one more drawback is that the big question was that balance sheet itself maybe was manipulated. Again, I should say maybe because it's not yet proven. Okay. So maybe there's a case that the balance sheet P&L might be manipulated. But can the price be manipulated? So by the way, price can also be manipulated. Everything can be manipulated. How price can be manipulated? So that's known as a ring trading, which is illegal. So they form a cartel. Okay, this generally happens in small stocks, not in big stocks. So let's say there's a group of 5-6 brokers. And what they do, this guy will buy in bulk and he will sell. At the same time, this guy will buy at a higher price, will sell in bulk. This guy will buy at a higher price, will sell in bulk. This guy will buy at a higher price, will buy at a higher price, and then he doesn't sell it back. All jab ye price from here it has gone till here, then they'll get news. Oh my God, this stock has gone up like 50% in 3 months. And that's where it comes to our attention. You say, dumb hai boss isme. This might go higher. And where do we enter? At this level. And then you know what is the journey of this stock. Okay, so price can be manipulated. Of course, SEBI has, I'm sure you know about this, SEBI is Securities Exchange Board of India, the regulator of stock market. They have a separate department who tries to check whether there is any price manipulation or not. Okay, so chances of a price manipulation in big stocks is very less. So the entire Ketan Parekh scam, have you heard these names? Harshad Mehta and Ketan Parekh. Ketan Parekh was on price manipulation. He didn't manipulate balance sheets. Okay, so like price can be manipulated for few stocks, small stocks. There could be some chartered accountants who maybe because of some fear or maybe because of some favor, they might have manipulated. Like in Satyam case. I can definitely tell about Satyam case because it's proven in law, in the court of law. So it was very much proven that because of some favor, he signed on whatever the management was asking him to sign on. So that does not mean that all these chartered accountants, they can be, just pay them a price and they can sign on whatever you want to get it signed. That will not happen. Okay, in fact, there are so many punishments for auditors these days. There's a different section in Companies Act, section 147, which talks about what are the punishments for auditors. and that has become very strict these days. So if you follow the news, then you might have heard about a lot of auditors resigning from various companies just because some pressure was being put on them to sign on documents which they didn't want to sign. And this is actually what should ideally happen. But then, you know, like अपन मराठी में बोलते हैं अख्ख्या पेटीत एक नासका आंबा असतोच ना. So in the entire lot, there has to be, like, out of 1,000 people, out of 1 lakh people, there has to be 1 or 2 guys who are like the bad guys. They are going to do this. So I don't accept this. There are many people say this. Fundamentally, who believes the balance sheet? So there are counters for that as well, right? Okay. So can we go on? Right? Unanswered. What happened? Yes. Okay, so he's asking the people who grew up to a very big profile, like we talked about Vijay Kedia, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, even Porinju Veliath, if you have heard about his name, a guy from South India who has done amazing in stock markets. So he was asking that these guys are from which of these categories? People could be from all categories. Okay. How can you know that you are from a specific category? Okay, so for that, you have to understand price patterns, charts, and once you have studied that, okay, this is for sure a short-term call, then you are a short-term trader. Because I have not taught you how to decide this. Now, right now, I have not told you how to do that. When we start surfing through the different charts, at that time, you are going to understand this more in a practical way. Okay, so you can't tag yourself. I am intraday trader only. I am a short-term trader only. That tagging depends on the chart pattern. Okay, so we're going to learn that slowly and steadily, right? So to answer your question, big investors could be from which category? From any of these categories. Till date, at least I don't know any person who is a full-time intraday trader and has achieved a big name in the market. Anyone knows? Not really. I mean, they could be short-term investors, but full through and through. There are many people, especially maybe if you're retired, a lot of money to play on. So I have seen few people who every day carry a list of 8 to 9 stocks. दिन भर करना ही क्या है? Buy these shares, sell these shares, buy this, buy, sell. They feel मजा आ गया. They just enjoy trading. Okay, and when they make losses, they'll say, "I learned something new today." And then they're going to make the same mistake or a similar mistake on the next trading day. So at least I don't know any person who is a full-time intraday trader and has had a very big fame and name in the market. But others, whatever name and fame, they could be from either of these 3 categories. Okay. How to tag yourself is what we are going to do in the coming slides. So till now, okay. Can we move on? Yes. So what are charts? Charts are nothing but an integral part, important part, an inseparable part of technical analysis. So I'm sure you might have seen something like this on television, on computers. But then what is this? How to analyze this is what we are going to talk about. If you remember the 2 most important points that I talked about in technical analysis, 2 most important points was volume and price. So generally in any trading software, any damn trading software, the screen gets divided into, like, maybe this is like not 3/4, 1/4, but it could be something like this 3/4 and 1/4. You can change this height also, by the way. Okay. Always at the lower part of the screen, you will find volumes. Okay, if you want, you can shift it also. But that is as a base setting of the software, as a default setting, I can say. Default setting volumes will always be at the down part of the screen. And this point is what? These are the prices. So 2 important points. Which 2 points? Volume and price. This is how it appears on the screen. Okay, so you open any software, default setting is going to be this. Some softwares might not show volume. Okay, but then it's very simple. You just have to insert the volumes panel in the screen. I'm going to teach you how to do that also. Okay, so it'll be very easy for you. So if we go on with the different charts now, please understand there are various types of charts. Okay, what are the various types of charts? Let's understand. The very first known as a line chart. Okay, there could be multiple types of charting patterns, but I'm going to tell you only which are the most famous ones. The very first one is known as what? Line chart. Now, how is this drawn? Is very important. It is so simple that every day's closing price is taken and it is plotted on a graph. So let us take this example. We are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a week. Okay, and I want to plot the chart for this. Let us say today there is a stock which closes at 102. Next day it closes at 105, 110, 114, and let us say at 108. Okay. Which is this price? OHLC. What? Which price? C. This is the closing price. So whenever we are talking about a line chart, do we get 4 parameters of OHLC, open, high, low, close, or do we get only one parameter of close? Only one parameter of close. Okay, so how can we plot this? So let us say this is 0, this is 100, and let us say this is somewhere around 110. So how will we start off? Somewhere here. बहुत छोटा हो रहा है. Wait. Just to simplify things, let us say this is 100 and this is 110. Okay, so let us say we start at 102, then next day price is what? 105. Just first of all, we'll have to plot the prices only. 102, 105, 110, 114 and 108. Visible? One more time. 102, 105, 110, 114, 108. These were plotted on a graph. Remember your good old 3rd, 4th standard days when you were learning how to draw on the graph paper? Actually like that it is done. And then what is the next step you do? Join the dots. See, that is how this line is drawn. This line, right hand side, this is nothing but joining the dots. Okay. What is the advantage? Simple to watch. Easily can I analyze which trend is this? Which trend is this? Uptrend. Can you again see something? What is this? Uptrend में क्या बोले हमने? Higher highs. And what is this? This is a down move. Down move. Up move, down move. Up move, down move. Okay, so this is a higher high. Achha, who can tell me what is happening here in this phase? Is this a higher high? Is it a lower high or nothing really? Huh? Now everyone is getting confused. My God, what higher high, higher low? Just forget everything. Can I say it's more or less going in a similar range? It's neither going clearly high nor is it going clearly low. See, this is not like 100% mathematics that dot to dot it is going to go same. It's going to be a little bit of plus minus. But overall to your eyes, do you see this as a clear-cut downtrend, uptrend, or a sideways trend? It's a sideways trend. Is this clear now? Yes. So this was like an uptrend, this was like a sideways trend, and it's very easily identifiable if you're on a line chart. Okay. When you start doing more and more practice on candlestick chart, which we are going to study today only, if you are very comfortable with candlestick, then at that time you can identify trends in candlestick also. Okay, once you start getting a little bit pro, it will be easy for candlesticks. But what is the biggest disadvantage of line chart? Who can tell me? I have told about this. Exactly, it's reading only one parameter. And which is that one parameter? Closing price. I don't get to know just by looking at the chart what was the high price, what is the low, what price it opened. So like we learn in academics, we have to understand that what is the advantage and what is disadvantage. One advantage is that it's one of the most basic, very easy to understand chart. Okay, it connects. How is it drawn? It connects the closing prices. Okay, but what is the biggest disadvantage of this? Biggest disadvantage is that only one parameter we can analyze. Can we go on to the next chart? Yes. Trend, identifying trend. You can, but I will tell you, once you're comfortable with candlesticks, you won't go to any type of other chart. It's that much interesting, that much comfortable also at one point of time. Colorful, okay. You don't feel sleepy. Okay. Right. So then we come to the next type of chart. This is known as a bar chart. Okay. What is a bar chart? This looks like, again, very different, very funny. What is happening? So I'll talk about this specific example. I can take any example, but just like that. So this left hand side stick, this one, this left hand side stick is the open price. This right hand side stick is known as the closing price. This was which point? Highest point. This was which point? Lowest point. Everyone okay with this? Who can tell me for this candlestick, last one, for this last price pattern, I can say, price, single price observation, I should say. Which is, what is this? Open price. What is this? Closing price. Which is this price? Low price. Which is this price? High price. One last time, which is this price? Open. This one? Oh, sorry. What? Yeah, open. Yes. What is this? Close. What is this? Lowest price. What is this? Can I say highest and close are more or less same in this case? More or less similar. Okay. Now, check this out. Okay, this is not a good candle. Good means I've just taken this from the net. Not a perfect candle. Not drawn properly. Let's understand this type of price observation. A bar, I should be saying, instead of candlestick. This is a bar. Okay. What kind of bar is this? This price is open. This price is close. This price is high. This price is low. So always what is happening? Left side bar is always open. Right side bar is always close. Come what may. Remember this. Okay. Left side is open. Right side is close. But then why have they given this color patterns? Correct. So if the close price is higher than the opening price, it is showing in blue. Majority softwares will show this in green. Either blue or green, but majority softwares will show it in green. What is the observation here? Open is lower, close is higher. What is the observation here? Open is lower, close is higher. Can I say same here? Open, lower, close, higher. Is this understood? What happens here? Open is higher, close is lower. What happens here? Open is higher, close is lower. Left, right remains the same. But the color of the bar will depend upon what is the comparison between open price and close price. What is the advantage of this? All four prices are covered. Open, high, low, close. Correct? But many a times people feel that maza nahi aaya. It does not appear to our eyes very nicely. But actually what is the next type I'm going to talk about? So till here okay na? So should be in green also. Majority of the softwares are green. So left line represents what? Opening price. Right line represents closing price. And red is equal to down. Blue or green is equal to up. Is this okay? So bar charts, I hope absolutely clear. The third type of chart that we do is a volume bar chart. I don't think you need any explanation on this. Why? Same. This part will talk about price and this part will talk about volume. Okay. So which should be better? Only bar chart or volume bar chart? Volume bar chart, because volume tells you a lot of things. What does volume tell? How we can interpret it for buying, selling signals is what we are going to discuss slowly, steadily. Okay, but just for you to give an example, see, these two are coming together. Okay, so what is this? I will tell you. See, this is the opening price. I don't know if I can zoom or not. I don't think I can zoom. Is this visible properly? Okay, so maybe I can just draw it here. Similar candlestick, I am drawing it here. I don't have a, I can change the color also, no? Yes. Okay, let's say I'm talking about this. This is the open, this is the close. Versus this is open, this is close. Do you see any difference in these two bars? Okay, what is the similarity? Both are green. Wow. This can be, I mean, my son can also tell this. But then both are having a closing price higher than the opening price. But which one do you feel is stronger? The first one. Why? The difference, the gap between opening price and closing price is much higher. So this is definitely a stronger candle as compared to the second candle. Okay, till here? Yes. Now let us understand very similar, okay, almost similar. I can't draw exactly same, that will be too much of theory. And नीचे bars में जो volume दिखता है इधर, volume here is this much, here it was this much, and here it is this much. Okay, which one do you feel is strongest out of the three? First, second, or third? First. Why? Number one, open close is big, agreed, and that too accompanied by strong volumes. People are wanting to buy more. So this is plain economics. Huh? Who decides share price? Who decided that it is going to go up? You and me decided. Demand and supply decided. So what is plain economics? More demand, less supply is going to be, price is going to be pushed higher, and more supply, less demand, price is going to be pushed lower. Is this okay? So I hope you're understanding the comparison, which one gives a stronger call. Okay, so if, in fact, I would suggest that you should draw these two cases. So what we'll do is we'll just write down types of charts. Have you written what is a chart? No? Or yes? No. So charts are integral part, agreed. But again, can I say chart is nothing but, how can you define a chart? Can I say it's nothing but like a pattern only? Everyday price, when the prices are plotted day after day, or week after week, or month after month, then it forms a chart. Okay, this is a normal, I mean, there's no separate meaning in technical, normal, like, as I said, you've been learning this since 3rd standard. Whatever we draw on that green graph paper, what is that? That's a chart. Okay, so plotting the price movements in a systematic way is nothing but you're drawing a chart. So maybe we can write this down. So drawing price movements, drawing price movements. अच्छा, drawing के लिए better word could be plotting. Drawing or plotting price movements in a systematic way is known as what? Charts. Then you can write down 4 major types of charts. There are 4 major types of charts. Which are the 4 major types of charts? We'll write down first point and we'll write down a one-liner for that. Okay. What is the first type of chart? Tell me. Line chart. How is the line chart drawn? Tell me. Huh. So what is step number 1? Closing prices are plotted on a graph and are joined. Okay. So it is drawn by joining. It is drawn by joining what? Closing prices of a security, closing prices of a security on a chart. Okay, what is the biggest disadvantage of this type of chart? There is only one parameter. This chart does not talk about, so disadvantage is that this chart does not talk about open and which parameter? High and low parameters. Open, high and low parameters. Does not talk about open, high and low parameters. Okay. What is the second one? Tell me. Second one is a bar chart. Okay, instead of writing it down, I feel we can draw it and explain it much quicker. Just draw it like this. I know you won't have a color pen, that's okay. So what is this left? Opening price. What is this right? Closing price. Topmost point is high, lowermost point is low. And I don't think you should write this down, that if you don't know this you can, but otherwise it's very normal that red is a down, bearish, and green is upward. I think everyone knows this. Okay. Third type of chart was what? No. Third one was volume bar chart. Okay. Third one is volume bar chart. So which two parameters are shown on this type of chart? The name itself suggests price and volume, both, write down, price and volume both are plotted on the chart. Price and volume both are plotted on the chart. Okay, and the most important point which I talked about, price movement is more significant when volume is above average. Okay, so instead of writing it in this way, if you remember I had given you this example. Let us say 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 candlesticks. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the price. This is the volume. Which one out of candles, bar number 1, 2, 3, 4, which one is the most significant? The fourth one is more significant because it's a price combined with volume. Is this absolutely clear? So it's your choice if you want to draw it or if you want to write it as a single line. What should we do? Write it as a single line. Okay, so you can write this same point, that price movement is more significant. Price movement is more significant when volume is above average. When volume is above average. Fair enough? And let's move on to the last type of chart, which is known as a candlestick chart. My favorite and almost everyone's favorite. Candlestick chart. So it's said that how the candlestick was drawn is like, this was the low. So I'll just draw it one more time. Like this was the low, this is the high. Which type of chart is this? Is this a candlestick chart or a bar chart? Bar chart, correct? Now what was done was extend this, and join this, one candle. Because again this shows the open price. Again this shows the, yes, close price. This is the high price. This is the low price. It's absolutely similar to a bar chart. But still, I don't know, visually everyone has that appeal for a candle. Okay, so anything different that we are learning here, just tell me, is this same like bar? What is this? Everyone say it aloud. Open, close, high, and low. Here what happened? Here what happened? Open, upper. So it should have been ideally written here. Open, because generally we take it on the left side. Now open, then close, high, and low. So is this okay? Candlesticks absolutely clear. So vertical lines represent the trading range, and bullish candlestick and bearish candlestick. Everyone knows that. But now let us understand two more terminologies. Why it is called as a candlestick? This part is known as a candle. and these parts are known as sticks. Okay, this stick is also known as shadow. There are multiple terms which are used. It's also known as a wick. It's a normal English word, wick. Marathi we call it as wat. Menbatti chi wat. So because Menbatti is like candle, na? This is the candle and candle's stick. This is the wick of the candle. It's something like that. But in a candle we have only one wick at the top. Here it's at both ends. Okay, so that's the small difference. So whenever I say look at the body of the candle, you should not get confused. Where? Dhoondte reh jaoge. That should not be the pattern. If I'm saying look at the body of the candle, which part are you looking at? Yes, this middle part of this. This is the body of the candle. And if I say check out the shadow, both 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so of course for a single candle it's 1, 2 that you have to look at. Is this clear? Okay, so we'll also draw one small candle and we'll write what is shadow, what is body. Okay, so draw just one fourth type. You can write down candlestick chart, last type of chart. And which are the points? Open, high, low, close. Have you drawn a small candle? What is the important point that we are going to write down? This is known as what? Body of the candle. Okay, and 1, 2. This is same. I'm just drawing it like this so that you understand it's the same. And here I'm writing all the names. What are the names? Wick, shadow, stick. All names can be used interchangeably. All types of charts are clear? Yes.